Transformers Rise of the Beast failed, making around $430 million. With a budget of $200 million, the movie barely broke even, but ultimately this could be classed as a failure for Paramount. I have 3 reasons I think why this movie failed to make a lot of money. Mind you, we're in an upheaval of how movies are being made nowadays, and how people view movies and how people experience movies. With the rise of immediate digital purchase, companies just want to make as much money as they can. Companies can now fall back on streaming if the movie doesn't make a lot of money in the theaters. And the thing nowadays is, how much can this movie go before it dies off when it comes to interest to the eyes of the public? With Rise of the Beast having competition like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, it's all about what is more popular. All these prices have shot up, so nowadays a lot of people aren't willing to spend money on movie tickets. And this is the first reason, money. Rise of the Beast only took less than 2 months to be released on streaming. If people are willing to wait that short period of time, then why pay for a ticket? Many people are willing to experience watching movies in the comfort of their own homes. That is what I mean. These companies are just going to have the movie fall back on streaming services. They understand the economic climate of today. I myself didn't see Rise of the Beast in theaters, but it is for a different reason. But it didn't take long before the movie was just released on streaming. So the theater life of some of these movies are very short nowadays, and that can hurt the company who makes these movies. So at this point you better make the best movie of the year. And thus the second and third reason. The second reason is interest. Is this movie eventful? The trailers had you think it might be. Does these trailers call the viewer to buy a ticket, that this is a must-see in theaters? Was everybody talking about it? Was this movie the grand all be all once people saw it? That makes you want to see it again and again and again. And at the end, the results said that this movie is pretty mediocre. Not horrible, not bad, but not a great movie. It earns some of your attention, but Barbie, Oppenheimer, Across the Spider-Verse, Mario, those seem like eventful movies. And that brings me to the third reason. Promotion. The trailers had some interest, but it couldn't do all the work. This movie had limited promotion, marketing. Paramount didn't pay for the hype. The reason why Across the Spider-Verse made a lot of money was because the trailer of the first movie had received positive reviews, but the fanfare was greater. Into the Spider-Verse was an event. It carried on into the very point that there was a new movie that came out. Bumblebee came out in 2018. It was applauded, but there wasn't much fanfare. The Transformers' popularity was not great, and 4.5 years later, it didn't bring enough spotlight for Transformers Rise of the Beast to make the money that it should have made in the eyes of Paramount. One sad thing I believe is that people look down on Transformers. Yeah, people might remember the 1984 cartoon and Beast Wars to an extent. But when it came down to the in-depth promotion of this movie, there wasn't really much that made people feel interested. Paramount was relying on people's previous knowledge, and that previous knowledge and previous interest is all the way back in G1 and in Beast Wars. They are relying on very old interests that the audience might have. They didn't thoroughly flesh out these characters the way they should have. They only had Optimus Prime and Optimus Primal to really showcase the Transformers. For the last trailer, it wasn't really different if you've seen all the TV spots. And when people were looking forward to the Maximals, one of them didn't transform, and 2 of them didn't have any characters. One of them didn't even talk at all. From what has went into this movie, it felt like Paramount was going at it very minimally, trying to play it very safe, fearing that they might not make a lot of money. And at this point, everything is just average. So they basically reaped what they sowed. This is something to tell with this journey, Transformers Rise of the Beast, of how this movie was handled. And this is a good lesson for everyone else, for the amount of your input will be the amount of your output. This is Lights 126 saying, till all are one.